All right, this is the engine bay inspection of the 2012 Porsche Cayenne. Right away, it's faint aroma of oil. Could be it's obviously a very minor aroma. I did just road test the car. We got it nice and hot. It could be from a little bit of spillage here. I did document a little bit of oil deposition down on the belly pan below. All that would be minor. As I stand here, the smell is dissipating. It was never strong to begin with. So if there is, like, say, a valve cover leak, maybe rear timing, something like that, maybe something down by the exhaust, it is very minor at this point. I checked the core supports for any signs of collision damage, replaced componentry, mismatched parts, bolts, witness marks. You watch for mismatched seams, replaced parts here. Checking lamps, checking the plastic, checking componentry, misfitment of components. Nothing in here, if you hadn't shown me the pictures, nothing in here would lead me to believe this car had been in such an accident. So from a collision point of view, the engine bay is going to get a pass from me. The hood being replaced, it looks like it's possibly missing some insulation up here. I know that some cars don't have it, but I'm assuming with Porsche it's going to have that. So there'll be a piece of insulation here that I would want to source at a later date. The prop rod for the engine, the hood is bad, so I'm having to hold it up right now with my head. So just to be aware, replace that at the as soon as convenience. The windshield washer reservoir cap looks a little chewed up, maybe from the accident. It's inconsequential, but I want it documented. Otherwise, no signs of rodent damage, mechanical damage to engine componentry, wiring issues, hacked into wiring. The engine bay gets a pass, thank you. Okay, this is the exterior inspection of the 2012 Porsche Cayenne. So I'm looking for mismatched paneling, same we're talking the engine bay, panel gaps, differences in metallic flake size. If there's a panel that was replaced, maybe the paint wouldn't quite match. We're gonna check panel gaps here, seeing if anything's pushed in. We're gonna walk the car. We're gonna start with A-pillar, driver's side, looking for square and true, that's good. Checking B-pillar, that's good. Checking C-pillar, comes back good. And come to the back, I'm gonna give a little tug on the bumper cover, so we'll make sure that it's attached, everything's fine, there's nothing, it's not caught anything, no broken clips. So rear left is good, rear center is good, rear right is good. And then we'll check the trunk as well. So we're looking for gaps here, anything mismatched. I had the trunk open, it's power actuated, it's assisted. It didn't struggle like it was pushing against a mismatched hinge or fitting or anything that was giving resistance, so it opened just fine. Checking gap on driver's side, that's good. Walking around, as I'm doing this, I'm looking at paint, I'm looking at wheels, checking gaps on rear C-pillar for driver, that's good. Walking the vehicle, I did not document any rocker damage or any running board damage on this vehicle, no lift point damage either. Walking the vehicle, A-pillar is good, wing mirrors are good. There is some brake pad deposition. It's real common. High-end sports cars, vehicles like that, you will see the quality of the pad and your ability to manage heat and stop. It just so happens that they create a lot of pad powder. So that's what that is. The wheel itself is in good health. There is a little bit of a loose fitment here with the this little plastic trim right here. Again, common during repairs, if there's a little bit of stress on the plastic, if it's had to come off and on a couple times. It's a very minor issue. Probably maybe popped off during the drive test like that. It could be addressed later. It's maybe it's a QC or fitment issue with one of these clips. Again, minor problem. I'm not going to call a concern on that. Moving to the front, same deal. We're checking for some metallic flake. The paint matching is good. Okay, that's all good. We're going to pull on the front bumper cover, back and forth. No concerns with the ADAS system. There's no alerts or any sort of stored codes for ADAS or any of the driver assistance system, so that comes back good. Pulling on the driver's side bumper cover, pulling on passenger side bumper cover. So exterior gets a pass, thank you. Okay, this is the undercarriage inspection of the 2012 Porsche Cayenne. We're starting with the front driver. Right away I'm going to check the lift points for the vehicle. If the vehicle's been in a shop, I'm looking for signs of abuse or just inattentiveness. I'm not seeing that. I have already walked the vehicle, so I'll save the time on that one. All the lift points are good and healthy. There's no damage to the underside of the vehicle to any sort of lift points or things like that. We're starting with the front control arms. I'm not seeing any damage there. No signs of leak. There looks like maybe some wetness on some maybe porosity on the rubber pressure fitting, maybe related to power steering. It's possible. Typical with age, rubber begins to get porous as it ages. One of the first signs is the transmission fluid hoses or hydraulic fluid hoses like power steering and transmission. So not a current cause for concern. I don't see any drips or weeping yet. Walking the vehicle, checking for aero, checking for damage, high centering, leaks on the transfer case, checking for, looks like there's a transfer case or transmission mount bushing right there. That looks healthy. Walking the exhaust system, looking at the fuel tank. Tank straps are in good health, no rust on that. Walking to rear subframe, driver side, healthy there as well. Walking around to the rear. The rear canister muffler is in good health and very minimal rust for its age. Typically these are one of the first to go. It's real thin, mild steel, and they just kind of flash rust, so it's good to see that there's very little on that. No tears or anything on the CV axles, on the rear drive axles that I can see. There's no issues with bushings or leakage on, looks like struts and shocks. Going to the passenger side as well, same deal there, not seeing anything there. Damage to the, no damage to anything back here. Moving to right rear, same deal. There's no documented damage, very mild amount of rust, very in line with the vehicle's age and the operation of the vehicle and the mileage. Very minimal amount of rust on the exhaust pipes as well. That's muffler to mid-pipe, mid-pipe to catalytic converter to flange. Comes back clean bill of health. Moving to front belly pan. There's that kind of very small amount of maybe wetness there. Again, could be from oil change. Not seeing any sort of pooling or any sort of stains like extended down the subframe, like there would be a concern like a consistent leak. Could just be a very minor spillage from a service. Otherwise, the belly pan comes back dry. There's no scrapes, no like it's been curbed, no underbody damage. It comes back really clean in the front end with the plastic arrow. So underbody gets a pass. Thank you very much. This is the interior inspection of the 2012 Porsche Cayenne video portion. Right away, I'm just going to say the interior gets a pass. There's no concerns in this interior, no signs of abuse, no neglect. If there's things were addressed, you can kind of tell that it's been cared for in here. It's been kept clean. No driver facing damages like steering wheel, armrest, things like that. I will want to say there may have been some sort of accent ring right here. Nothing that seems to interfere with the vehicle's operation. Maybe there's a release button right here. Again, a very minor, inconsequential thing. Nothing that's going to strike me as any sort of like intentional neglect or abuse or anything like that. Same deal with the interior of the rear. Comes back with a clean bill of health. The rear ventilation works. Seat belts and the leather interior, everything's whole. Doors are complete. Same as the front. Interior gets a pass. Thank you. This is the trunk inspection of the 2012 Porsche Cayenne. Right away, I'm going to tell you it's complete. I was really pleased to see that the roadside kit is whole. It's not been used. It's very obvious that it has not. It's good to see this, that frequently the stuff is just missing. No signs of water intrusion, no signs of rodent infestation, no signs of trash, debris, damage, anything missing. Trunk is complete. Sometimes there may or may not be a liner in here, an additional liner that's not present. That doesn't mean anything's wrong, doesn't mean it's missing. Sometimes they are, sometimes they're not. The vanity cover works fine. It extends and retracts as it should. And the power assist buttons for closing and opening the rear hatch work as they should. Trunk gets a pass. Thank you. All right, I did perform a code scan on this vehicle. It was quite lengthy just due to the process of all the modules being scanned. The total gateway came back. I will include a picture on this. But the total gateway came back as a clear gateway. No signs of any sort of stored codes or anything active. The dash reflected that as well. There was no malfunction indicator lamps. We did do a road test up to 80 miles an hour and back down multiple times. Low speed city, highway simulation. At no time did the vehicle misperform or give an indication that maybe something had been cleared, and that there was a readiness test that was waiting to be performed to pop a check engine light or malfunction indicator lamp. So the vehicle on a code scan gets a pass. Thank you. Okay, this is the conclusions video for the 2012 Porsche Cayenne. Vehicle comes back overall with a clean bill of health. Other than the minor issues documented under the hood, maybe a little bit of staining on the underside belly pan. The little documented trim piece on the other side of the front right. Very clean interior, very clean exterior. Vehicle handled as it should, shifted as it should. No road noise, no clunks, no bumps, no ticks. The engine sound came back completely solid. There was no bearing noise, there was no top end noise, no bottom end noise, no signs of vacuum leaks. The vehicle front to back reflects a vehicle that has been driven, cared for, and reflects its mileage over the road. The vehicle gets a pass. Thank you very much.